today, because we had a lot of correspondence on it yesterday or whatever, did you want to talk about the Ticket's 30th anniversary at all? Or 30th birthday? Same thing, correct?
Yeah, I think they're the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird. Obviously, it was a weird day. At no point have I regretted anything that we have done, but it was weird. It was weird just to basically have your entire Twitter feed be about the place where you used to work and ultimately were sued by, at least the parent company. But yeah, it was a nice day to kind of reflect and just be introspective.
Yeah, I didn't think a lot about it until you texted me about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still listen a lot, and it was basically the whole day of programming.
Yeah, no, I heard a lot of the stuff.
Yeah. And it's definitely weird that, based on just the way that everything's gone with us, that we won't be mentioned in any way, shape, or form, but people that have worked there for a very short amount of time are a big part of it. I was thinking it would be kind of funny. Do you guys remember when world famous and legendary competitive eater Kobayashi got suspended for a year from the Coney Island hot dog eating contest, but he still just showed up? He got arrested.
I do remember that. Yeah,
he got stormed the stage or something. And
so you want to do that at Ticket Stock or what?
I mean, that was my idea, is that we just kind of show up. We should have had to buy tickets by now probably, but kind of just.
Well, you're talking now the 30th anniversary.
Yeah, either one.
They have a 30th anniversary show.
Yeah, tomorrow.
That I think sold out right away.
Yeah.
Is it tomorrow?
Should we buy a booth?
Give away some trinkets and
just
have a little putting green.
Dumb Zone T-shirts and koozies and.
I mean, we're very pro Ticket.
Like I said, I still listen all the time. But yeah, it was weird. That's about all I can say about it. You?
How about you, Blake?
Yeah, I mean, my history on air was very brief, so, it didn't hit me that hard.
But you were part of a lot of you went on way more team trips than I did. Probably 3 or 4 times as many.
Yeah, and that helped, the relationship with you guys and stuff. But, when you're not in programming, it's not like you're a part of things. At least it felt that way. But no, I mean, it was cool to hear how happy everyone was and relive some of the memories. That was really cool. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of a weird day. It's I don't know.
I don't know what's weirder. You were there a lot longer and a much more prominent figure, Dan.
Thank you.
But for me, I never worked anywhere else. I didn't have the climb that you had.
Radio-wise, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked for my parents' business, while I was doing the top 10. I've done 4, 5, 6, 7 different publications writing, but, I mean, I showed up there within, 5 months of graduating high school.
And what year was that?
2003.
Okay, so your dad had been listening since the inception?
Yeah, or pretty close to it.
And so that means you're in the car.
Yeah.
And so you've been listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be weird. That's Artie Lang on the Stern Show. Artie Lang, I think, grew up listening to Stern, and then all of a sudden he's on the Stern Show and a big part of things.
Yeah.
And
it was definitely weird.
I don't have that experience for sure. Of, that's the thing I love, and then my goal is to go work there, and then I do.
Yeah, and it's weird too, you were a little bit older, 10 or so years older, and had kind of already developed as a person by your late 20s. Whereas for me, I don't even know what I would be like in an alternate universe. I might be in some ways a very different person. If I had gone to law school or something lame like that, or worked in PR or politics or something like that. I mean, it really is the shaping force of my life.
Did you ever consider
so early?
Yeah, I guess you got in so early, and I wonder, did you ever consider working at other radio stations? Hey, I'm going to go get a job in a different market.
Yeah, for sure. Not initially, but after I had interned, and I applied at a couple places, but I had no experience at all. Other than,
Did you ever get an interview?
no, not really. But you usually you want somebody with a little bit of I didn't work at my campus radio station.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
But-
why I wonder why. Why wouldn't you do that? Because that's pretty much a layup. You can easily get in on that.
Yeah, it wasn't my major. So I remember that being a problem. It was a minor, and they put the people who it was their major first. And you got to remember, at this time, I was really stoked on politics. So that was a big part of it. Turns out, if you want to apply for a job in, like, Tyler, your main tape being that you used to call strippers and 5-year-olds and ask them questions in a trivia contest.
That was what Corby had you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It was so much fun, too.
Yeah, I imagine.
Not a lot of people have ever talked to a stripper at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But I did it every week for like 4 months.
What was that bit?
It was stripper versus a 5-year-old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
and they would come up
for
with
knowledge?
questions. Yeah, we would do like 10 or... It was actually a lot easier to find the strippers, you know. The parents who will put their 5-year-old on the phone with me or any of us at the ticket was a little bit of a tougher challenge. So I would have to track down the... You know what's funny about it is there used to be a guy who went by T-Bar.
Yeah.
Indispensable for that.
Yeah, he
game.
was Grego's buddy.
Yeah. It was like a promo or something like that, and he would hook me up with a stripper like every week. Not like biblically, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was a fun game.
Did anything ever come of that biblically? Like, hey, I
No.
really hit it off with this girl? Or
No, there were a couple times
Or
where
a
I felt like
5-year-old,
it
any of the
did, but
5-year-olds, or
yeah.
no?
No, none of the 5-year-olds either, you idiots.
Oh.
But anyways, yeah, I'm happy for them.
If they were born on February 29th, it'd be fine.
Okay, yeah, because they'd be technically 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good math.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Well,
they'd be
it's
like 25. But
Pretty
yeah.
basic.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
think.
Yeah, I thought I think the exact same thing, pretty much that you said. You know, it is. I do get that. Hey, don't mention those guys because we're trying to pump up the guys who are here.
Sure.
And it's they're using the 30th is not just a remembrance, but it's a promotional event to. They got bills to pay and keep the ratings good and all that kind of stuff. But I've got nothing bad to say about the ticket, and I don't think I ever will. Because we are going to have, like, we're able to talk about whatever and all that kind of stuff, and we will. We'll talk about whatever. But I'll be totally honest about a lot of stuff, and we're going to talk about being in the courtroom, and we'll talk about, what happened behind the scenes with the lawyers and all that kind of stuff. But I got nothing but, the reason we stayed there in the past, like when Bob and Dan were getting offers elsewhere, was the people, and that was the real draw for staying there now.
Sure.
But other, factors got thrown in. It's funny when I was thinking last night about the couple big moments in time where had a big decision to make. Both of the times, I took the one that is way less advantageous monetarily for me.
Yeah.
Which is really weird.
Yeah. Maybe you're just a pure-hearted soul.
I don't know. But that's both times, when we stayed at the ticket and didn't go, we were getting money whipped.
Yeah.
And this time, in retrospect, it was like getting money whipped by the ticket compared to what at least the short-term prospects were outside. And so I also have no regrets at this point. Talk to us in 5 years, and maybe we'll be like, oh, man, that was a really bad idea. Who knows? I don't think so. I was trying to convince myself to have a regret last night, and I kind of couldn't because I thought if we had acquiesced and, done something we didn't want to do, the regret that we would feel now, I think, would be big.
Yeah.
Like, how did we do that? Why did we just get pushed around like that?
That's how these things work.
So I don't know. But it's obviously they're great. It's the ticket, and it's a machine. And, as we've said all along, it's not like we're competing against the ticket. How could we? Let's say we said we are. What are we? We're going to take on the ticket? Like 3 morons?
Sometimes on Sunday there's like 7 morons.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, but just it's a machine.
Yeah.
It's a brand. It's like, do you think our YouTube page is affecting HBO's bottom line? We're not.
I doubt it.
I
Let's
don't
do
know
some
if that's-
sports.
Oh, okay.